Welcome, everyone. We'll get started here in just a couple minutes. I want to get kind of arranged and get everybody in place, and then we'll get going. Push them behind us.
Come on and center up, folks.
Some of you want to come around to the other side so you can even get out. Okay, everyone, we'll get started. I want to thank everybody for coming here today. My name is John Romas. I'm a public information officer for Greater St. Louis Major Case Squad. My name is spelled Jon, last name Romas. Behind me, I have a group of people. I want to make some quick introductions, and then we'll go ahead into the details of what we want to pass along to the public today. Behind me is Lieutenant Tim Berger, who's the Deputy Commander of Greater St. Louis Major Case Squad. Lieutenant Berger is in charge of this investigation. Chief Rick Knox, over there, is Executive Director of the Greater St. Louis Major Case Squad. I think everybody knows Mr. Wesley Bell. He's a St. Louis County Prosecutor. Chief John Buchanan and Major Ron Martin. There's the Chief, Major there, with the North County Police Cooperative. Chief Art Jackson with Berkeley Police Department. Mayor Brian Jackson from Beverly Hills. Mayor James McGee from Veneta Park, right behind me. Talby Roach, who's president of Metro Transit. And then also, finally, we have Kayla Johnson, who's girlfriend of the victim of the shooting that we're here to talk to about today. Charna Wooten, who's the sister of the victim. Many family members who are behind us also. And I also want to recognize members of the Metro Drivers Union, Katrina Wilson, who's a vice president, who are also here to support their fellow co-worker. We're here today in reference to a shooting which occurred on Friday, December the 3rd, about 7:10 p.m. A driver was driving north on Lucas and Hunt Boulevard. I'm going to have Lieutenant Tim Berger take over and give you an update of where we're at with the investigation and give you maybe some information that will be helpful if the public could help us out. Lieutenant Berger.
Thank you. I'm Lieutenant Tim Berger with the Major Case Squad. I'm the Deputy Commander. On Friday, December 3rd, the Major Case Squad was activated to conduct an investigation into this incident. We had a shooting of a Metro bus driver in the 3400 block of Lucas and Hunt. This incident occurred at about 7:10 p.m. in the city of Beverly Hills. Bus number 3811 was driving north on Lucas and Hunt when the driver was shot from outside of the vehicle through the side glass window. The bullet traveled through the window, striking the driver in the head. We're seeking the public's help today in identifying who's responsible for this crime and to release information to the public that we have not presented as of yet. It should be known that just about 10 minutes before this incident, another Metro bus had been shot at. In this case, it occurred at North Hanley and Airport Road in Berkeley. In that incident, the driver was not struck. The bullet did hit the driver's side of the bus, and a passenger on board was injured with some flying debris, but not a serious injury. And the reason we're here today is to get the public's help in identifying the person responsible, or persons responsible for this incident, and to help us locate a vehicle that we suspect may be involved or have information in regards to this crime. We're looking for a maroon-colored Chrysler PT Cruiser. We do not have a license plate at this time. However, this vehicle has been observed on video surveillance near or at both locations of these shootings. So we believe that they can provide us with information concerning the crimes that have occurred. A little bit later, Captain Romas will discuss some information about Crime Stoppers. We're hoping that we can get the public to call us with tips and information about this crime. We currently have nearly 20 investigators that have been working since Friday evening, trying to solve this crime, and we've handled literally dozens upon dozens of leads. But we just need the public's help a little bit more to get this crime solved. Thank you.
Thanks, Lieutenant Berger. After we're done here, we'll have a little bit of time for a couple questions. I also wanted to recognize Metro Transit. They've been great in cooperating with the Major Case Squad. As you can imagine, in a case like this, there's been a lot of forensic examinations that we've had to go through, and Metro has helped us out with that. I want to give them a chance to discuss the impact for them and Mr. Talby Roach.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Thanks everyone for being here. Of course, we are struggling. We're struggling as a transit agency and as a community to fundamentally get service out. Whenever a circumstance happens like this, we need the partnerships of communities, of our union members to support our drivers. These are fundamentally the frontline workers who are out there, and I'll be honest with you, they're scared and intimidated. We need help from the public. We need help. We still need to move St. Louis and do the important things that are necessary. And we're dedicated to that. Not only myself, but our Board of Commissioners have authorized expenditures to put additional security resources out on exclusively MetroBus. We will be hiring 10 new transit security specialists, which will be dedicated to the bus line, because our operators deserve this dedication. Please, please, I urge the public to help us in bringing these individuals to justice. Please, I urge the public to support our frontline operators. These are the folks who get folks to the grocery stores, to the hospitals, to the fundamental economics of St. Louis. We need them, and our operators need your support at this moment. I want to advance and thank all of the folks in uniform. I want to thank the uniforms of Metro Transit, of our union partners. They are there. But please, if you will, just a moment, sympathy for the Cobb family. Jonathan was a dedicated member of 9 years for Metro Transit. He was out serving the public. Please, my sympathies to the family. We'll do everything we can to support you. Appreciate your time, and that's all. Thank you.
Mr. Roche. On that note, mentioned the family, and I'd like to give an opportunity for the family to come up and speak. I know Sharna Wooten, the sister, and Kayla Johnson, the girlfriend of Jonathan, would like to speak for a few minutes about the impact this has been on the family, and also plead for some help from the public.
K-E-Y-L-L-A.
You can take off your mask to speak.
K-E-Y-L-L-A. Kayla Johnson. This is hard. It's very hard. This man right here, it was everything. This family was everything with him. We just had twin girls, identical twin girls. That's one. They about to be two in March. They need their father. They want their father. They love their father. This man, he had a passion for them. He would do anything for them. We need justice. Because if the shoe was on the other foot, everyone else would want the same thing. We have power. We need all the power that we can get right now to find out who did this to him. Who did it? Why did they do it? What made them do it? He was dedicated to his job. He was dedicated to his career. Anything with Metro, he didn't never call off. He didn't get a miss. He didn't get a point. He didn't do anything. He loved his job. He was going overtime. He was working 7 days. He loved Metro. His career, Michael Jackson was his idol. He was bright. He ain't no was, he is bright. He's gonna always be bright. We just coming forward and we need to find out who done it. Why? Justice is everything. We need peace. We should stop doing this to each other. Why are we doing it to each other? We should be helping each other. We should be uplifting each other. He's a great person. He's an outstanding person. All he likes to do is just make sure his family is happy. He's there for his family. He didn't have any beef. He wasn't out here causing harm to anyone. So why should someone cause harm to him? I'm with him every day. We live together. We have kids together. We do everything together. A piece of me is missing right now because of someone's hatred in their mind to do such thing. All we doing is asking you to come forward, please, please. Or whoever is out here watching, it's a reward. This is serious. This is not a game, it's serious. This is real time. His family need him. Every single one of us standing here need him. Even Metro needs him. Music need him. Please, St. Louis, I'm begging you. Let's find out who done it. We can do it. And that's it.
Hi, my name is Darryl Thomas, and Jonathan was my stepson. And I want to appeal to the public. If you've seen anything in any kind of way, that please report it to the Crime Stoppers. It's at a point where if we say Black Lives Matter, Black lives should matter first in a black neighborhood. If we say Black Lives Matter, we don't say Black Lives Matter only when you think it's been an injustice, when a police may shoot another person, another black. We need to know that Black Lives Matter amongst the blacks. Right. Black Lives Matter, if we put that up, if we talk the talk, we need to walk the walk. In our community first, Black lives should matter. Black lives should matter amongst ourselves. It's more black on black crimes with gun violence than it ever been. It's not the gun, it's who's behind the gun. And so many people got so many different guns. We need to report whatever going on within our communities. We are the only solution to the problem in our community. We can't rely on everybody, the Crime Stoppers and everybody else. They don't know. They need our support. If they don't get our support, they'll never know either. They wasn't there. But the ones that might have seen anything, that might suspect anything, have heard anything, you need to come forth. You need to come and report it. It's very important. If not, our community is going to be this again. It's going to always happen. We are the only solution to our own problem. That's all I wanted to say.
My name is Antoine Wooten. I am the guardian / father of Jonathan Cobb. I'm not his biological father, but I've raised him for over 20 years. So basically, he is my son to me. This is hurtful. On behalf of the family, it's like a nightmare that will not end. It's almost like you becoming numb to this, and it shouldn't have to be this way, especially somebody of his character. Jonathan Cobb, also known as J-Track, the music producer, if he walked in this room right now within 5 minutes, everybody in this room would be laughing. That's just the type of person that he was. He wasn't about violence. He was a person that would have you laughing. I don't care how hard your day was. I don't care what it would seem like when you hopped on that bus. I don't care how much you didn't want to get up in the morning. He was your coffee. He made you laugh. He was a person of great character, and everyone that knew him, they talked about how they loved that bus driver. So just to think of this heinous act, this vile act, that someone would come up and to want to do something like this, that speaks volumes of the person that would do such thing. So this person or perpetrators, if you seen anything, if you saw anything, no matter how minute, no matter how small, please report it to Crime Stoppers. And you know, this street code thing, snitches get stitches, okay, it sounds good until it's you. And then you wanted the same thing, and then you wondering what happened. See, time out for snitches get stitches and be quiet, because I'll say this and I'll end it with this. Jonathan Cobb is like the life of us, me and my wife and his brothers and sisters who stand behind me and everyone that knew him. For the people in the music industry that knew him, who made music, those are the people that knew J-Trax. He made music that you can listen to and walk out of the room and didn't have to worry about your kids listening to the wrong thing. He made music that you felt in your soul. He was a person of good character. So for all the people that out there, around that time, whether you were coming down Lucas and Hunter, if you've seen anything, no matter how minute, no matter how small, say something, because the silence that you have today, this cancer that we'll allow to continue to happen, if you don't detect cancer early, it spreads. So you're silent today, that same voice that you're silent about today may be the same voice that you're crying about and hollering tomorrow, because it could happen to you. So I just want to say, we're pleading for the public, please, don't allow this. For Jonathan, for J-Trax, our brother, my son, our family members, you can say something, you can do something about it, you can be that solution to this cancer that's constantly happening. Thank you.
My name is Shauna Wooten, and I'm Jonathan's oldest sister. 22 years ago, we lost our mom. She was 38 years old. So not only am I his sister, but I'm his mother. And I would never thought that I would be standing here before you all, pleading for my child. I try to think of words that I can say, but the only thing I can do is ask you all, if you know something, please say something. Please, we beg in the community. I've had many people, we had so much support, so much outpouring support to come to us. And one question that everybody asks us is, what can we do to help you during this time? You can help us by telling us what's going on. Jonathan needs justice. J-Trax needs justice. And without your help, it would not be done. If you look behind us, this is support, which lets you know what type of person he is. He helped the community. He was a producer, he's a singer, he's a manager, he's faithful to Metro. Anything you need from Jonathan, he gives it. So in return, if you know anything, we just ask you to please, I plead with you, please give us answers. Please reach out and let them know who did it or what happened, if you know anything. Thank you.
I think everybody can see what Jonathan meant to everybody and how important it is for the public to come forward if they know something. But I also like to ask Wesley Bell, our prosecutor, if he had a comment, something to add.
I think it's important as we look around and we see these public servants around us, mayors, Mayor McGee and Mayor Jackson, as well as chiefs. I think it's important that we remember that the individuals with Metro are also public servants. I can think about my own example of being a young man and needing public transportation to get to work, to get to school. And so many people who need these individuals to help feed their families. And so it's incumbent on us to make certain that we do have their backs. And to make certain that they understand that this will not be tolerated. And I know that law enforcement is doing everything that they can in their power to find the individuals responsible, or individual, and hold them accountable. And as Mr. Roach and several alluded to, when we hear about this code of not talking and not cooperating, I would challenge everyone to realize that that only helps one class of people, the people who are inclined to commit these types of crimes. And when we care about the safety of our neighborhoods, then it's important that we make certain that we step up to the plate. And if you have seen something, if you do know something, to make sure that you say something. And so our thoughts and prayers are with the family and loved ones of Jonathan, and our hearts go out to them, and honestly the entire Metro family. So.
Thank you, Mr. Bell. I want to also stress to the media that Jonathan's in the hospital. He's in critical condition. He's fighting for his life. So this is very important, important for everybody, anyone who may have seen this, to come forward. I think Lieutenant Berger mentioned we're looking for a red or maroon PT Cruiser, and Crime Stoppers offered a $10,000 reward for information leading to the arrest of the person responsible. The information for Crime Stoppers is on the 2 billboards. While we wrap up this press conference, on the way out, we'll have some handouts of photos of the vehicle that we're looking for from surveillance camera. And if someone needs to rather have a digital copy, we'll be able to provide that to you. We'll just need a email address for that. And as I promised at the beginning, if there are some questions, we can field a couple of them. Please let me know who you'd like to direct it to and what your question is.
With the PT Cruiser, are there any other distinguishing marks on it? Dents, a bumper sticker, a broken window, anything that would jog somebody's memory?
No bumper stickers, no dents that we can see. We believe it has a moon roof or a sunroof, and tinted windows, probably more toward the back windows, and that's all we have at this time.
Does the fact that this same vehicle may have been in the vicinity of the other bus that was shot at make it look like someone is just randomly shooting at buses, not particularly at Mr. Cobb, that it was just a random thing, somebody shooting at buses?
Well, that's certainly part of the investigation, and we don't have that answer for certain yet. That's why we need to find out who's responsible for this crime. But we know that we had 2 buses shot at that night within close proximity of both time and distance.
And last question for me, are these 2 isolated incidents, or have there been other threats, Talby, or shootings against Metro buses? They would be isolated to these 2 at this point. However, I cannot stress the seriousness of these issues. We are very concerned, and our operators are very concerned, as they should be. And we're going to rely on the community and these uniforms to help our workforce out.
Shelby, can you address what impact this has had on your operation? You posted on Twitter cautioning people about delays and such.
Yeah, understandably, Mr. Fees, it's been devastating to service. And I think that's understandable. Our operators are worried. They're scared. They're worried about coming home to their families. That's what's important here. They are the frontline workers who need to be supported, whether it's a comment or something that someone sees, or in giving them a friendly wave, or seeing the things that we need to do as a company, invest in additional security, invest in camera technology. All of those things are on the table for us to do. Thank you for the question.
That's part of the investigation that we're not going to release at this time.
Anything else? Okay, I want to pass on that, Scott, if you can raise your hand in the back. That's the gentleman who's got copies of the photos, hard copies if you need them. And if you need to get a digital copy of the photos, just leave your business card or email address with him, and we'll get those to you as soon as possible. I can't promise they're going to happen right after this, but as soon as we get back to the office, we'll try to process those. And thanks everybody for coming, and I will ask everybody to keep Jonathan in their thoughts and prayers in the coming days and the family, and we appreciate it. Thank you very much.